So we've had over 5,000 unique visitors since this program started at Tipinawâw, and over 147,000 check-ins, check-outs. There's a lot of people who need this service, and the frequency of this service speaks to the challenges of operating something like this. And you think about, we say to people, you need to stay home. And when you don't have a home, that becomes a lot more complicated. And so Tipinawâw is a natural extension of home for a lot of people. And so we needed to figure out a way to support folks to do what they needed to do for public health and for their own safety and health.
Especially when it was cold, people huddled together naturally, and they might huddle under a tarp or in a back alley somewhere, and partly for warmth, partly for companionship, but really it makes it easier for the virus to be transmitted that way. And so by having Tipinawâw, it meant that people could come into a safe space, be able to distance and protect themselves better.
I think with Tipinawâw, we realized there was a higher need to share information comprehensively so that we could provide a better service for the folks accessing the facility. We can share that information between this facility, between our outreach workers, between AHS, the other shelters, and really get a comprehensive picture of how people are accessing services. And if we need to find somebody, especially if they are COVID positive, that collaboration has actually saved lives.
Something as simple as being able to wash a wound with soap and water and put a Band-Aid on has long-term effects, because that prevents that little wound from becoming a big wound, from becoming even a systemic kind of a illness. Everything that's being done in the health services area is preventative for the people themselves to stay safer and healthier. But then also the healthcare system right now is strained. And so the more that we can help people stay out of that system, the better it is as well for everyone.
Tier 2 simply is a place where close contacts can isolate for the allotted period of time while we await a negative result on their test. And they need to be places where people feel safe and are willing to stick it out with us.
A place like Tipinawâw put the client first, and then those services can be provided in a way that actually works for that person. The people themselves are able to direct what do they need and what can we do to help them. And I think that's an incredibly important way of doing services in any marginalized community.
And I think this demonstrates that in a crisis, the inner city agencies, the City of Edmonton, our partners, have really been able to come together to make a difference for the people who are experiencing homelessness in the city. We did a phenomenal thing in a short amount of time in a major global crisis. If there's one thing I would say is just thank you to those people, our staff, who have really shown how much they care about Edmonton's vulnerable population. I'm thankful to get to work with them.